By now, there are plenty of negative reviews for Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, and if you know me, have seen my videos, or have talked to me on the subject, you would probably expect me to add to those negative reviews because I've been kind of a long time non-fan of the DC Entertainment cinematic universe and their TV shows and the movies. I found them to be very disappointing. But because of this long-time disappointment in the DC Entertainment universe, I'm tired of talking about the shortcomings of DC, of the DC movies and TV shows, of their failings, of what they don't do right. So for this video talking about Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, I'm going to focus on the things that I actually really liked about the movie. Of course, there will be spoilers. So starting off, I thought, just like I felt about Man of Steel, how it had a lot of really interesting ideas that it was basing its entire movie on. Man of Steel, it was less a movie about Superman versus General Zod and more about Earth and humans coming to terms with intergalactic life and aliens and not being alone in the universe. That was a big theme of Man of Steel, and that was something that I thought was really interesting because, you know, at its core, it is a kind of an alien invasion story. Superman is this alien, the Kryptonians come in, they're aliens. It works as more of a science fiction alien invasion story than a superhero movie. So I thought that was really interesting about Man of Steel, and similarly in this one, in Batman vs. Superman, the idea that Superman is going unchecked with, you know, this power to just do whatever he wants. How do you know he's going to keep doing the right thing? And the consequences of his actions, it was a big theme of the movie, and I thought that was really interesting. That was what Batman was basing his entire crusade against him on, is the possibility that he could basically destroy the world. It was a really interesting concept that they based the entire movie on, and I really appreciated that. The characters and the new actors and new characters coming into the film, Batman, Wonder Woman, Lex Luthor, Alfred, I thought that their actors played the characters really strong, and a lot of them were variations of the characters that we haven't really seen before. Ben Affleck, I know, has been a big worry about how is he going to portray Batman, is it going to be okay, and I think he did a great job for the role and movie that he was in. He was a very dark Batman, he was a very old, kind of grizzled Batman. He was tired of doing things as he normally does them, seeing as they don't really get results. He was a very brutal Batman. Alfred, on the other hand, Jeremy Irons, I was actually more worried about Jeremy Irons as Alfred than Ben Affleck as Batman, because Alfred is a very nurturing father figure to Bruce Wayne, and Jeremy Irons, as an amazing actor as he is a very intimidating figure. So I was kind of worried about how he was going to be Alfred, and he did not disappoint. He definitely wasn't as nurturing as we've usually seen Alfred. He was a much older Alfred, and he was frankly tired of Bruce's shit. But he was still helping him because that's his commitment. He's committed to helping Bruce Wayne, even though he's going to give him snarky comments about settling down with a Metropolis woman. Basically every scene he was in, he stole the show. I thought Jeremy Irons as Alfred was one of the best parts of the movie, and saying that going into Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, when they announced Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor and that they were the kind of Lex Luthor they were trying to portray, I actually thought it was a pretty good idea. They were making Lex Luthor into this kind of millennial millionaire. And that makes it, it makes it very relevant for this time, and I think he really worked. He wasn't the calm, composed Lex Luthor that we normally see in things like Smallville or the Justice League cartoon or the other movies. He was kind of unhinged a little bit, and he played that role very well. They wanted to make a evil Mark Zuckerberg, which worked because they got Jesse Eisenberg, who played Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network. So I thought that was really good. And then Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman did not disappoint. I have never seen Wonder Woman in live action. I know there was it was either a TV show or a movie long time ago with Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. I've never seen that. So I was really excited to finally see Wonder Woman, who was a great character in the Justice League cartoon and obviously the comics, which I'm not the biggest comic person, but I grew up watching Justice League and watching Wonder Woman and Batman and Superman. on Cartoon Network. So seeing Wonder Woman, you know, live action was great, and she just totally kicked all kinds of ass. She was a strong character, she was great, and I think she could be even better in a bigger role. There was also a sequence in the movie that I thought was really cool. It got me interested in thinking more about this idea than what it actually was. Batman is having these nightmares about being Batman, about Superman, and what could happen, and he has this nightmare kind of picturing this post-apocalyptic metropolis slash Gotham thing where everything's just this barren wasteland, all the buildings are destroyed, and Batman and Superman have their own respective armies fighting each other. And Batman, you know, he has this, you know, this long coat, this dust coat, and you know, cargo pants, and he's Desert Warfare Batman. And they have this huge fight sequence between the two forces, and it was just a really cool idea. Like, I'd like to see a movie about that about this post-apocalyptic wasteland where Batman and his army and Superman and his army are fighting each other. It was really cool to see. It would just be really interesting to see. Finally, the moment that got me most excited for this movie was when Doomsday shows up and they start fighting, and then Wonder Woman jumps in. From the point that Wonder Woman jumps into the fight, and it's the three of them, the big three of the Justice League, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, fighting Doomsday together, it was like making the little 12-year-old in me who grew up watching the JLA cartoon of them fighting together, fighting Doomsday. It was fantastic seeing them work together, seeing, you know, Batman throwing the kryptonite grenade and then Wonder Woman cutting off his arm and then Superman coming in with a punch. It was really great to see that. I think that particular last fight sequence was done really well. So there were some things about the Batman vs. Superman movie that I did actually like. I thought it had some great ideas that it was playing on for the basis of the movie. I thought the actors and their characters were really strong in the roles that they were given in this movie. The nightmare sequence was interesting, and it kind of got me intrigued to see more of that kind of idea. Like, I would love to read a comic. If that's based off a comic, I wouldn't mind reading that comic, or seeing even a TV show or a movie based off that kind of post-apocalyptic Batman versus Superman idea. And also, just the last fight with Doomsday was just fantastic. I loved it. What did you think about Batman vs. Superman? Let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to know what I totally thought about the movie as a whole, I'll be more than happy to talk about it in the comments. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Share the video so other people can join in the conversation. If you want to support more of my free content, make sure you check out my Patreon campaign. And subscribe to my channel so you can geek out some more. Thanks for watching and have fun. So Captain America, Thor, Hulk.